Hello world, how are you? We have some Q&A to do. Hope you're doing fine, 'cause it's Q&A time again. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. If not, as always, I hope it gets better for you. So, welcome to another Friday Night Live Q&A where you can ask me and the aquarium hobby questions on keeping freshwater fish, shrimp, and plants and all the jazz that has to do with what we love. And if you're new to the hobby, welcome, welcome, welcome. And hopefully we can help you out here with this Q&A service I do every Friday Night Live, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time for you guys. And I'm getting really close to 50,000 subscribers too, which I'm super excited about. I think we need 300 more plus another 1,000. So 1,300 away from 50,000, that's pretty exciting. Can't be mad about that. It's been a process, but we're getting there, and that's pretty exciting. It's crazy. Crazy how far we've really come since I started doing this. And many of you guys have been here for a long time. You guys know who you are. I know who you guys are. And I want to thank all you guys that have been with me for so long. And thank all you new people coming as well. So I'm gonna flip you guys over, look at some fish, and see if there's any questions. Hello, all you awesome people in the chat. Glad to see you guys all in here. Craig, I actually got back on the Coke today, on the pop. Soda, some people call it soda. The Coca-Cola instead of water this time. My Aussie friend always asks me what I'm having to drink every day. Those are vittatas, Pirulina vittatas. It's a type of pencil fish. I'll go ahead and grab a chair here. I'm probably the best fish keeper on YouTube. Probably. I'm just messing. But when it comes to freshwater fish, yeah, I don't mess around. I like to keep lots of stuff in lots of different ways. I like to keep it natural, the way Mother Nature intended it to be. You learn so much more that way. And being on this Q&A with you guys every Friday Night Live helps too, for sure. Dana Harris, thank you so much for the awesome super chat. Thank you, brother. For a $25 super chat, says, hey Lucas, all the fish I ordered are doing great. I did catch one down on the corner trying to score some tetracolor granules, but other than that, yeah, you got quite the rainbow collection going over there, Dana. And I love your Instagram. He'll post it on Instagram, his rainbow fish, and there's some really, really beautiful ones he's gotten, and I appreciate your support, Dana. You have been great throughout the years, and thank you. I appreciate you. And glad to hear all those rainbow fish are doing good too. That's the thing about you guys too. Like, I don't feel bad about, since I don't do a whole lot of marketing for where my fish go, most of you guys know about my fish. Like, I don't really push this or that through a whole lot of outlets. So I'm glad to know that my fish go to good homes. That's always great to hear. And there is actually a lot on the website too. I guess my members have known for a while. I did add killies back up there. Lots of shrimp. There is a new creation, purple koi guppy that I added. Some other fish. It's all in a special buys, which Candy, thank you, the super mod, for posting up my special buy website there. I was thinking about adding cryptocurrencies too. Like, if you go to each description, I put it on the fire red, but I am now able to accept cryptocurrencies. So if you guys have a Coinbase account, I am able to offer you some stuff through that cryptocurrency. And let's see here. Another super chat. Leo Contreras, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, I got some blue velvet shrimp in my tank. Would getting some blue dream from you be a bad mix since they would crossbreed? Yeah, I would not mix my blue dreams, especially if you get the A team with any blue velvets. The B team you can mix with the blue velvets. And you can actually create, I believe you can even get blue carbon Rileys and some different blue Rileys and mix them together too. Or to get them out of that velvet and that blue dream genetics. You can put them together, you're just gonna get some different types of shrimp. It's gonna muddle together instead of being like a straight, like blue dream blue or a blue velvet blue, soft blue. So it's really what you want to do with it. If you want to keep it more pure, keep the genetic line really strong as far as like a certain color, then I would keep them separate, and then, or maybe just get multiple tanks. That's why we keep multiple tanks. Get multiple tanks, have your blue velvet colony, blue dream colony. You want to put them together and play around with them, have a third tank for that, even better. Holy moly, you guys swarming me. Appreciate all your support, but Leo Contreras, thank you, thank you. A little fun fact, my brother actually had his kid with a Contreras. So we got some Contreras in our family. Freshwater Fanatic, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Beautiful profile pic too. Thank you, Freshwater Fanatic. Nurse Becca's glad to see you on here. I don't know if you're on the road. Oh, heading out the door, you say. Says, hello friend, I am headed out the door to check out one of my new LFSs. All right, but have moved about half my tanks over the mountains. So far, so good. No losses, no illness. Thanks for the moving tips and catch up later, friend. Well, have fun at your new LFS. That's gotta be exciting. You never know how that's gonna go. And yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad to hear that the move went great and no real issues. You're very welcome, and thank you so much for the big support and super chat. And I will get to your guys' questions in the chat. I do want to get to these super chats first though, just because they are so supportive of me. Kate Bennett, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. How do I keep killifish eggs healthy in separate containers so there's no minimal fungus growth? You're my YouTube inspa. I have never heard of the inspa. But yeah, inspiration. Thank you. The no minimal fungus cure, as far as what I would use, is the peat moss. Peat moss is great for being an antifungal and antibacterial media that we can use within our aquarium and keep that fungus growth very low. If you want to keep it to like no fungus, I prefer putting it in a container. If you look at my blue Galaris breeding videos, I'll put the eggs, collect them dry, so I do the dry method, which most killies you can do it with. You get the wet peat moss and then you put it on top, and the ones that aren't fertile will fungus like between the first and fourth day. So you check it on those first 4 days or whatever and get out the ones that are infertile and showing fungus. Then after that, until like depending on the incubation period, whether it's a month or 6 months, they should be clean once you get the infertile ones out. And that's how I prefer to do it. And good luck on breeding killifish. So great to see people getting into breeding killifish. And Kate, have fun with it. It is a blast. There's so many different types of killifish. And thank you so much for the super chat. All right, I'll pop in here to get some questions. Do my best. Try not to miss any of your guys's, but of course I cannot hit them all, so I'm sorry if I do miss them. Can only speed read so fast. It's been a while since I've really tried. Finn Reed, any tips on breeding pygmy Corydoras? So, a lot of people like to colony breed them with rock substrates, say something like this over here in this tank, where it's all kind of like, well, that biofilm's kind of thick, but it's all rock media. It's nothing but pebbles and rocks. So they'll put in like a small little colony of there, like 4 to 6, and they'll go in there, they'll lay eggs and they'll hatch them out. You can even set something up like this where they'll throw the eggs into here, and sometimes you can collect them out as well. I'm trying to collect some tetra eggs in there. I haven't had time to check my traps, so a lot of times I'll end up putting these in. I've got so much to do that I end up having to clean these out before I can even check them. It's kind of a pain. I'm not seeing any eggs, but these rock substrates, those are great for those egg throwers and those little tiny pygmy cories. You can do that with the Dolphoi cories or Corydoras as well, where you colony breed them out like that. And a lot of Corydoras can be different on how they breed, but one of the most biggest triggers is cool water changes, really with most any South American fish, especially if they come from near mountainous regions. Irene VD Duel, thank you so much for the $6.99 super chat. Says, hi Lucas, can 4 male juvenile guppies live in a 3.5 gallon tank temporarily? Oh yeah, definitely, no problem there. Especially if it's planted. You could probably keep a lot more than that in a 3.5. Not that I'm recommending it, because, you know, fish police. But Irene, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Alright. Wow. I just see that. Candy. Even throwing in the link to the blue Galaris killifish. You are the best, Candy. Jeez Louise. Always amaze me. Cichlids23 says, is it my computer tripping out? I don't know. Is the connection? How's the connection there? Total Tropical says, Mr. Placo, what's up? What's up, my guy? Anna Walker says, do you use or suggest installation of any kind for small outdoor tubs? So, I mean, it definitely can help. Especially if you plan on trying to keep over winter, you have to have insulation. I don't know if you've seen my outdoor all year round heated pond system. I've got a playlist with like everything I've done with it in the last 3 or 4 years. And it's all insulated. I live in Indianapolis. It gets super cold here. And I'm talking about like -40 wind chill Fahrenheit in the dead winter. And I keep tropical fish out there all year round. So if you want to know about that, more about that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend checking out that playlist, that heated outdoor pond playlist. But if you're just keeping it in the summer, it's not really necessary, but it doesn't hurt. Especially because depending on the area you are, some places can still have a 40-degree temperature swing from day and night temperatures as well, especially in the fall, which is coming up. Will pest snails eat healthy eggs? So not usually. Some eggs they can, especially if they're hungry enough. But I've got these little container system, fry rack system I have, and I recently put some Corydoras eggs in there, some rainbow fish eggs in there. Mostly, not hardly anything ever eats rainbow fish eggs, but there's snails in those containers, and I don't even feed those snails, and they didn't eat them, so. Yeah, I guess it depends on how hungry they are. Ben Reed, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, thanks heaps for the tips. I'm excited to finally catch you live from New Zealand. I appreciate you heaps. Well, I appreciate you heaps as well, Finn Reed. Thank you so much for the support, and shout out to New Zealand. I'd love to go there sometime, considering a lot of my rainbow fish have come from there. Really, really beautiful fish you guys have over in your country. Joel G. Funny. I'm gonna try to get back down to the bottom here. Oh wait, Isaac Cornstubble says, LRB, I put an order for 10 fire red shrimp. Wanted to ask if you could try to get a male-female mix. Also, I wanted to ask about getting a look at the blue zebra angels. So the blue zebra angels are upstairs, their lights are off, and they're kind of in green water. Did show them in my members only video. Not much I could do about that right now, since we are kind of doing the Q&A and stuff. Sarah and Wesley up there playing Minecraft. They're pretty good size though, like top to bottom. They're kind of beefy. They're kind of big. That's why I priced them how I did. Just because it's going to just mostly cost more in shipping and stuff. But I just need to give them a new home. And I guess you could always send an email to lrbaquatics.orders@gmail.com. Get a hold of Sarah, and I could probably get her to send you a clip of the blue zebra angels too. And thanks for ordering the fire reds. Appreciate you. And I will definitely give you a mix of shrimp too, as far as male and female. I always try to do that. And I always try to give a mix of like generations. I don't like to give all the big adults, and I don't like to give all little babies either. I like to give smaller babies, medium ones, and kind of bigger ones. Not like real babies, but you know what I mean. One's big enough to actually ship. That way you get some gene pool depth. Danikin Aquatics, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Should be cruising in Monday sometime, ready for good time, bro. It will be epic. Yes, it will, brother. I can't wait till you get over here, and we'll be waiting for you for sure. I haven't had much time to clean the fish room up because, well, you know, life. But I am super excited. Did finally nail down some times of getting stuff done, so about to have a big tank here. We're going to flip that over to the side, get another big tank down here, build a fry rack system, get all this removed here, put a big tank there, and then I can put my other tank over here. And then that should be done by September 4th. Shout out to the Reef. They're going to come out and help me. That's when I should be getting all those custom aquarium tanks from Custom Aquariums, which is super exciting. That'll all get finally nailed down and done, which means I got to clear all that stuff out by September 4th, which that one's just loaded with corkscrew valves. So if you guys need corkscrew valve, please, please, please go to lrbaquatics.com. Actually, I should put that stuff for like 50% or 50 cents stem. Let's just knock that thing off 50% and sell the heck out of that corkscrew valve before I have to tear it all out. So that's gonna suck, but it's gonna be cool having those big tanks. I gotta reinforce some stuff, build some stands. Sorry, I'm rambling on about that. And then at the end of September, we'll have all the pond done. So that'll be exciting. So yeah, that'll be exciting. And Danikin, Ken, when you're here, bro, we'll need your help moving the garden a little bit too, because we got a place or a company coming to raise the foundation up on this other side, actually on this wall, because our house has been sinking there since we had that hole in the backyard where all that stormwater come through. It was running through here for 8 years. That's why we got this house for half of what it's worth, is because nobody wanted it, because water was just screwing everything else up. I guess water used to come running through the garage and stuff on the real stormy days. But I went and found that drain, kind of fixed around it, fixed that problem. But ever since I fixed that problem, the foundation's been sinking. So we'll have that going on while you're here. So we'll still have fish tanks up and all that good jazz. But Danikin, thank you so much for the super chat. All right. McNama29 says, this might be a silly question, but how do you sex shrimp? Is it similar to sexing crayfish? So, not really. So with shrimp, the females have a skirt. So which means on their back end, they have a skirt that curves, which hides their legs. Males curves up, doesn't hide their legs. The female's curves down on the back tail end. And not a silly question at all. Different levels of questions. There's lots of different levels of questions out there. We're all learning in some sense or form on some kind of format. Casvel Decon. I'm sure I murdered that, but whatever. Candy, seriously, how do you find time to be in like every live stream and do stuff for Aquarium Co-op? Candy is like superhuman. She's more human than human. She is the best. Enzo Framilli says, I have crossbred mystery snails, blue body gold shell. You ever heard of this before? Blue body gold shell? Can't say I have. I've heard of the blues, and I don't know how gold your shell is. Mystery snail. Yeah, possibly. Wait, a mystery snail? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe I have. I don't know. The best way to find out if like something like that exists, if you're really looking for like, hey, has somebody created this or has it been seen around, just try searching it for on the web yourself. Then you'll get pictures. You can go through a bazillion pictures and find if it's already, somebody's already messing around with it. That's the best way to reverse search that kind of sort of thing. JP says, is that okay? I don't feed my shrimp. They just eat the string algae. I don't know, to be honest. I think they need some protein in their diet time to time. But whether or not that is actual fact, I don't know from practice because I've never not fed my shrimp. Like, yeah, I've gone periods without feeding them. But I've never gone like any long period. Nathan Kid Aquatics, don't clean it. I like it all natural, lol. It'll be all natural, trust me. I can't just run through water changes here. No way. I do got a schedule up that I'm gonna one day try to maintain. I just gotta tie down a whole lot of other things here. If I gotta do it without Haley, I'm gonna have to do it without Haley. It was nice having her help when I had it, but. Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's see. Is Tanner coming out? Lucas Cichlids 23. So I did talk to him. He said he is interested in it, but I think he's waiting for like this COVID kind of stuff to die down. I should have never even said that word because there goes that algorithm, but that's what's up. Mike Vane says, any tips for growing plants with pool filter sand? Really just pluck them in there. It helps to fertilize your tank. So fertilize the water column. I love sand. Pool filter sand is kind of a bigger granule. So beefier plants will definitely, like the beefier stem plants will definitely love that. Some of the finer stem plants may have trouble sticking down, but you can always, whenever you go to bury them, peel off, like say you got a stem about yay long, say this is the bottom here, peel about that much off the bottom of the leaves, and then bury that, kind of bury all that down. That way it has more of an anchor that you can anchor down. Sometimes you can even curve the stem over, kind of like bring it down and push your finger up and out that way. That way it kind of like pulls it, the stem into and hooks into the substrate. So it's not as easy to come up. Because with the thicker granule, it doesn't like suction like it does with like the finer sand. That finer sand will just like suck the stem right in. It's really cool. That's what I like about the Carib Sea natural sand. Does corkscrew valve like super hard water, high pH? Yes, it loves it. It loves it. And it likes soft water too. It doesn't care. Like, it loves minerals. It loves being alive. Cast Val Deacon says, I have Italian Val and it's doing horribly bad. If you're dosing Excel, if you're dosing any kind of Flourish Excel or liquid carbon or anything like that, that will melt Italian valve, any kind of valve scenario, soft type of plants. Same with subwater tank. So I don't know if you're using that. If you are, that could be a culprit. Lars K, my brother, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Always great to see you in here, Lars. Thanks, bro. Hope all's going well with you. Always great to see him. Knight Rider says, can we get a pond swim video? Well, hopefully here after September, we can get a pond swim video. Which will be cool. I can't wait, dude. I'm super stoked. Like, we've got a few more things to iron out as far as like getting this stormwater rerouted, and we got a lot to do back there. A lot. I could ramble on a long time about that. But I cannot wait. And Candy, thank you. You know I'm not in live chat. I've been in top chat this whole time. So I forgot. Hopefully I didn't miss much, but that's why the chat was much more manageable, though. I won't lie. That's why the chat was much more manageable. That makes a whole lot of sense. And once again, sorry if I'm missing your guys' questions. Guillermo Escobar says, can you show a female Wapanga red laser? Not sure how to sex them. So they can be a little tricky to sex. Let's see if we can find a difference. So they're kind of like dwarf neons whenever you want to sex them too. The males, actually there's a male, there's a female. The males will have more of a broader body. The females will be more of a skinnier body. So there you have a male and two females, actually. And kind of like these other, this is a male parva, this is a female parva. Dwarf neons, it's a lot like those. It's a male, that's a female. Skinnier body, whiter body. And then tetras are the opposite, usually. They go with the, like the male will be the smaller one, and then the females will be the bigger ones. Just throwing that in there too, a little extra tippy. A little extra tip. Just a tip. All right, opinion on golden wonders. I love golden wonders. Golden wonder killifish are absolutely amazing. They can be a little bit ornery, but they're just like little water puppies. They'll swim up at the top of the water all over the place, middle, bottom, but they'll come up. They're real personable. You can hold them in your hand. You can train them to pet them and all kinds of stuff. I love golden wonders. Actually, the very first fish I ever bred. Cassville Deacon says, 262 watching, only 97 likes. Can we do a like spike like Corey does? Those are kind of fun. How does he do like spikes? How's that work? Oh, I think you guys got to do like spike. I don't know how that works. Can we get some likes? We got 105. Can it spike? I think all the people who like me have already liked me. Oh no, we got some sleepers who are liking. Heck yeah, wake them up, bring out the like buttons. Thanks guys, I appreciate you. Definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm for sure. So thank you. Oh my God, look at it go, it actually does work. I'm just terrible at telling you guys to hit the like button, I guess. Hate to be a, well, tyrant. I guess that's what I'll say. But Lars K, my brother, thank you again for the super chat and for the $3 support. I appreciate you, Lars. And holy moly, we're almost up. We're at 150 some likes already. That's great. Wow. If I was only better at that, maybe my channel would actually hit 50,000 subscribers a lot sooner. Mark Zona says, is it possible to have 2 hard water for cherry shrimp? They are dying slowly on me. So it is possible, but it is kind of tricky because they do have to molt. So if they're dying on their molts, I don't know how hard your water is, but I've kept them in some really hard water. I'm talking about 500 plus TDS, 600 plus TDS from not doing water changes and topping off with hard water. So it's got to be super hard, and definitely 8.6 plus pH, like off the chain. Man, those likes are still spiking. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. YouTube's gonna love this video. Haram Santiago says, LRB, is there a small fish that will control my guppy population and not eat my neo shrimp? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully the chat can help you out with that. It's not really my department. I mean, I guess you could use rainbow fish, small rainbow fish, possibly. I know some people do that to help keep the population down. But wow, yeah, that gained almost extra 60 likes. So thank you for that mention, that do the like spike. That worked great. Green Grove Aquatics says, what is the appropriate pipe dimension for a DIY HMF for 20 longs? HMF, is that like a matin filter? I think they use 3/4. I don't know 100% on that one. I don't do those either. But I think it was like 3/4 or something, or an inch. And if somebody in the chat can help me, or help Green Groves Aquatics with that, that would be helpful. Thomas C, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. That's awesome of you. Says, I'm hitting the thumbs down. Nobody tells me what to do. LOL. Oh, Thomas C, I love your spirit. I love your spirit. I can't be mad at you for that. I cannot be mad at you. So, thank you for the super chat, and keep that spirit with you, brother. Keep it with you. Don't forget that. Cichlids23, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Cichlids23, always great to see you around. Says, best time to pull spawning mop for Gertrude. After lights, out early morning, keep being awesome. So, best time to pull spawning mop for Gertrude's after lights, out early morning. So, I would pull them, I mean, really towards the evening, or just at night whenever they're sleeping. Is never a bad time to pull them. That's the best time to catch rainbow fish too, is at night with a flashlight. You ever have problems catching like most any fish? Wait till night time, catch them when they're sleeping. It's kind of mean, but I mean, it really does work. It really does. But Cichlids23, hope that helps, and thank you so much for the $5 super chat, and good luck breeding your Gertrude rainbow fish. Taylor Gibson, ooh, how do you pronounce that last one? I'm gonna call you Taylor Gibson. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, tips on starting a green water tank, and more importantly, keeping hatching Daphnia. Trying to start a sustainable culture tank indoors. So with green water, best thing to do is have some plant organic material, whether it be leaves of a plant. Some people use grass out of their yard, and as that breaks down with a lot of light in the aquarium, softer water actually helps with green water as well. You can create water, green water, as that breaks down. And as that stuff breaks down and creates a sludge, you'll actually stay at the bottom. So once you get that sludge to kind of stay at the bottom, it'll just keep recreating. No matter how big of water changes you do, you'll just keep throwing it up in the water column, which causes it to feed. Once you get that going, it's kind of hard to really sustain enough to feed Daphnia cultures unless you're like really disciplined on feeding your Daphnia and recycling all that green water. So you'll need multiple containers, or at least a much bigger volume of water to feed, like I would say probably 125 gallons of green water to feed maybe a 10-gallon worth of, well, you probably do a 20-gallon worth of Daphnia or so, because they'll eat a lot of green water. A lot of green water. And that would be about the only manageable way. I mean, you could probably do a 75 gallon and 20 gallons. So a bigger container of green water, smaller container of Daphnia, and just kind of feed it that way. And top off with RO, that'll help. Napa. Okay, hold on. Napa FB61, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. What are hits to do shrimp only tanks? I only have excess when they are with endlers. What are hits to do with the shrimp only tanks? I only have excess when they're... Well, you might be feeding your endler tank more than you do your shrimp only tanks. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe. I don't know. Usually I have less with endlers because the endlers will pick on my shrimp. Do you have rock piles in with your endlers? Rock piles definitely help with shrimp to go booming. Or, well, your endlers booming. I don't know if you have an excess of them. Is that what you're trying to deal with? And you can have an excess of endlers with shrimp tanks because they're eating really well off the shrimp. So if that's what you're saying. Either way, I hope some of that helped. But thank you for the super chat. Million and Son says, I foolishly put wild-caught Leucomelus cories in with some cribs and immediately realized the cribs weren't into it. Should I wait to pull the cories or get them out tonight? Well, yeah, the cories are probably too rambunctious for your cribs. Cribs kind of like it peaceful, mellow. Them cories are just terrorizing through the sand substrate and going all over the place. They're like, who let the children in here? Who let the dogs out? So, yeah, I would probably just, I mean, they'll probably deal for the time being, so it's like no rush to get them out, but if you wanted to find them a more suitable home, definitely could, or probably should. So you just gotta think about the nature of your fish, how they really like their environment to be. What brings them peace. Freddie Villarreal says, so I was currently using Excel on my Val and it does not doing so hot. What would you recommend using as a fert? So yeah, definitely the Excel will melt it. As far as ferts, look at your micro and macro ferts. I have a video on what I feed my plants. Makes it super simple. They also have all-in-one fertilizers out there that have your macro and micro within their solution or whatever, so you give it like a couple pumps a day. I know Aquarium Co-op has stuff. Dustin's Fish Tanks has stuff. I get dry powder from Nilo CG and create my own solution with that. Just because that's really inexpensive. And it's really easy to do. If you watch my feeding plants video, then it'll teach you a lot about that. But that Excel stuff, it's nasty. That stuff is bad. Like, you can't even get it on your skin. Like, it'll burn your skin. Like, this stuff is not good for fish. It even has a cancer warning on it. So, yeah, here, you want to give your fish cancer, go ahead and use it. Just most people don't realize it. It's because of the way it's marketed and sold. It does tell you on the bottle. That stuff is not good. Carrie Habercorn, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, hi LRB, I hope you are doing great. If you had a 65-gallon bare bottom tank with a flower horn, what would you personally do for filtration? You know what? Oh, man. Oh, the reason why this blocks me up is because I have a great idea that like nobody knows of or hasn't even really thought about. I mean, maybe somebody has. I'm sure somebody probably hasn't really let everybody know, but what I would probably do if I was you, well, I guess a canister filter is good, but you could use a canister filter to go far enough down to where it like came to the bottom of a tank. Actually, let's look at a tank so I can better describe what I'm talking about. So say this is a 65 gallon, never mind the dividers. So you have your canister filter where your intake comes in. Now most of the time it points this way or whatever. You're gonna wanna point it down and kind of this way, like down towards the bottom and down towards this way. Then if you can get your intake that goes back into the canister filter and have it go right there, that way it will sweep it right into your filter, and then you can filter it out that way. That would be a good way to do it. Now if you wanted to go with a non-filter situation where you relied on your water changes as keeping the water quality, what I would do is get a matin filter and put it on the bottom here, since you don't want substrate, or you could do sand. Honestly, if I had a flower horn, I'd be doing my dangdest to try to create that flower horn a planet aquarium. I know they're rough, I know they're rowdy, but I'm sure it could be done. You can do a flower horn naturally. Probably not easy, because that's like taking a Rottweiler out compared to a Chihuahua to use the restroom. So you're gonna get a lot of more algae and ammonia and stuff from what they leave behind. So it is good to kind of create those wastes. But if you got a deep enough deep enough bed, or like a mountain filter that has all that beneficial mold and bacteria like this stuff, this is what eats waste. This is the stuff that eats waste. That's what gets collected in your filters. And that's what eats all your waste and excess foods and stuff like that. So more of that stuff you have, bigger waste loads you can take care of. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes a lot of sense, and that will help a lot of people if you can understand that. Aristotle 760, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says, thank you for all your knowledge and your sharing. I'm building a betta conditioning wall inspired by your fry wall. Do you have any more zebra fry bins for sale, and can you ship to Cali? So unfortunately, I do not have any more of those available. I do have, not the size I have, but the size I gave to Aquatic Arts. I guess I do have some of those available. They're a little smaller. Aquatic Habitats has some. I could probably make up some kind of shipping, because I do kind of need to move and sell those, because I'm not planning on using them and they are taking storage space. And I don't know, Aquatic Arts probably end up buying them eventually. But hit up Sarah at lrbaquatics.orders@gmail.com, and hopefully she can take care of you. Sorry if I'm missing your guys' questions, but I do want to hit up the people who are supporting me here. Father Fish, my brother, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. So great to see you in here, Father Fish. I wish I could come down with Ken and come visit you. But I've got all that stuff. I've got all these tanks and appointments already made until the end of September, or I would totally be down there to come visit you. That is on my bucket list for sure. And Father Fish, thank you for the support and for the help. I appreciate you, brother. And I also got a video I think you're gonna like that I'm gonna come out with, that talks about the linkage between spirituality and aquarium keeping. I'm not talking about religion or any of that stuff, but the spirituality to why we do this and why it attracts us as humans, and just connections with all that kind of stuff. And I think you'll enjoy that, Father Fish, from one of your live streams I caught the other day, where you're talking about some of your past experiences. But thank you. And Trey Rubency, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Trey. And Mark Zona, thank you for becoming a member. And back to Trey's super chat. Hit like and subscribe. How does one convince their husband that more tanks is a good idea? So I don't think you really work on the convincing part of it. I think you work on more of the just doing it. You just kind of do it and it just kind of happens. So that might help out with you a little better. And Trey, thank you so much for asking them to like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Since I'm not the best at asking that myself, and I need to work on that. But Trey, thank you, thank you. I hope you get your tanks, your extra tanks. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I want to make sure I didn't miss any here, because you guys kind of piled those up real fast. Speed scrolling. I think I got them all. Can you guys see me like looking deeply into this thing? I always wonder what it looks like sometimes on the other side. Like in my head, it's completely different. KG Cichlids, what would it take to shave your beard? You know, I battle between that question a lot within myself. Just because, man, it's hot. It's summertime. It would be great to like not have it. But you know what? I don't know, man. This is about as natural as it gets. It's where all my power is held. I would like wither away if I didn't have it. Just kidding. That's all superstition. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I think I would feel weird without it now. Like it's become a part of me. I mean, it literally has. All right. C. Octavius S. says, I keep Daphnia in my 23-gallon planted pond with super clear water, but they keep dying out. Is it because they don't have enough food? Yeah, exactly. Some people do substitute with spirulina if they can't keep up with green water. Sometimes spirulina will work. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with the spirulina myself, but I have heard that. But they love green water. And yes, Mark Zona, once again, thank you for becoming a member. And if you guys have been thinking about becoming a member, I am trying to bring you guys more value. Members are now getting first notice on when things come out on the website. Since I don't import anything, everything is homebred. So it's all good, clean stuff. If something on the website is not from me, I put on where it came from. So it would be from either another local breeder, which that's about the only place that it ever comes from. Besides my killifish, I'm not telling you guys where I get my killifish, because that's a secret. But Jared Leach, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Jared. Says, new subscriber here, Rasbora heteromorpha mating but not laying eggs. Any idea? Thanks. Which one is the heteromorpha? Let me Google that real quick. Is that like the harlequin? If I remember right. Okay. Harlequin. You guys know? Yes, okay. It is a harlequin. So, it's breeding but not laying eggs. So I think they scatter their eggs, or do they lay them underneath the egg? I don't know. Anybody in the chat remember? I can't remember if they scatter or if they lay it underneath an egg or leaf. Part of me, with my visual memory, is seeing them upside down laying eggs on the bottom of a leaf, like a Nubius leaf, from what I recall out of a book. I'll look out for chat, see if anybody else may know or have any tips or ideas on that. But I'm pretty sure they lay underneath leaves. I could be wrong though. But Jared, thank you for the support, and hopefully we can get you some help. Oh, Father Fish says, I have a series of vids on my spiritual aspects of fish keeping. CK, my channel. Look for the wisdom of tropical fish. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you will definitely love the video I'm going to come out with then. Father Fish says, Andres claims spirulina has limited nutritional value. Yeah, I could imagine, since it's all just kind of vegetation. Not really getting any protein, so I guess it depends on what is eating it. Trey Ruben C says, I liked and subscribed to all my shrimp spawn. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Carrie Habercorn, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you. What plants would you try with a flower horn floating potted? Was that a mountain filter you suggested? So matten filter, M-A-T-T-E-N, matten, like a mat in a tin. And all it is pretty much a piece of foam that would go on the bottom of your aquarium that can hold that beneficial bacteria in it. Then you could probably do like potted plants that are weighted down. Floating plants would be a little easier, but I wouldn't use like your traditional floating plants, just because they can grow really fast and take over the top of the surface area of the water, which could be a problem if you go a non-filter method. But as far as other plants, I mean, you can go with like guppy grass, pearlweed, mosses, anything that'll kind of float around. Like these guys are brutes with plants, absolute brutes, because they love to eat plants. So I've got this Pontamageton Gaia, or whatever you say it. And they haven't really been eating that, but if I throw guppy grass in here, they just mow it down. Crepes are great for having good, strong roots. Swords are great for having good, strong roots. Taiwan lilies, you can float those. You got like your Brazilian pennywort you can float. That's what's over here that was on the thumbnail for you guys, was the Brazilian pennywort, which it grows underneath water as well, but it's great as a top plant. Your Rotalias, this is, well, some of it's Rotalia colorata that's floating there. Lots of different Rotalias, Luigias, Hygrophilias, you can float them as like a different type of floating plant. I can't remember what this one is. I don't remember. Pearlweed's one of my favorites. The Hydrocotyle Traparta is really good. Oh man, I gotta. So see right here. Oh my goodness. DKK Tater Salad, thank you so much for the 100 crones. Let me get to that. It says Hemigrammus species Morse code, the Morse tetra. Have you ever kept them? They are WC wild caught. We are trying to break the breeding code here in Denmark, but so far no luck. So I have not heard of that one. The Morse code. If I knew which region it came from, that could help me out better for sure. See how I'm breaking up the leaves off of that stem there before I plant it? That makes a big difference with algae trying to grow at the base root of it. Just pluck her in there. This is very shallow substrate. A little dirt and Eco-Complete mix. It's actually mostly dirt. That's why I can't keep this algae off of this Glosso, because it's such a slow grower. Or no, this isn't Glosso, this is Menuda. But now I'll have two, because that'll grow back. Alright, now my hand's wet. It's very where is... Here we go. Tetra Morse code though, but most, oh, I thought I flipped you guys over. But most tetras, they love to scatter stuff. What I've been using lately is some, so this actually has some like sphagma moss in it, old sphagma moss, rock pebbles, just places where scattering eggs can go hide is always a great kind of combat for tetras. If they come from South America, especially mountainous regions, those cold water, quick cold water changes can help. But make sure they're in like, either have a heater or in a warm room. That way the temperature could rise back up at a fairly decent rate. But that cold water coming down and triggering them can possibly help you as well. So hopefully that helps you. And thank you so much for the crones. I need to look up that Morse tetra. Actually, I wish my computer blew up on me this week too. So I had Apple's computer, pretty decent, like a decent one, and the battery ended up expanding on me. and totally quit working. So I had to go run, and it happened, of course, on shipping day. So I had to go run to Walmart, and they only had one computer left in the whole store. So it was like the only computer that nobody wanted. It's really not a bad computer though, a little HP. Oh, I see, it's kind of like an X-ray see-through Tetra. Really cool. Okay, I can see why you want to breed those, the Morse Tetra. Oh, like, okay, it's kind of like, it's got reflectives that are dotted. Really cool. If you guys never seen a Morse Tetra, I'd definitely recommend at least Google searching that. Those are pretty neat. All right, but thank you for the crones. And Mr. Snickle Fritz, my bro, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Throwing down a big one. Says, late to the party, but glad to finally catch a live stream. Happy Friday. Well, welcome to the party. Better late than never. And you are definitely fashionably late. And happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for the support, Mr. Snickle Fritz. Give him the Snickle Fritz. Cassville Deacon says, what is the cheapest way to treat fungal infections? I can't use salt because it would kill plants. I'm trying to get to lower the pH to help. So peat moss, organic peat moss is a good way, like Google search or eBay or Amazon, organic peat moss. Best way to kill fungal infections naturally and without using meds. If you want to use a med, I do recommend the API fungus cure. It works great. And then Fritz Safeguard actually works pretty well. But that peat moss is your more natural way. And if you want to use that too, often when you get it in a dry form, it will want to float. So it is best to soak it before you throw it into your aquarium or your container to get it to sink. I'll put it into like a plastic bag and just like mush the water into it so it kind of absorbs it. When are the lime green endlers going to be back in stock? It's probably going to be a little while. I've only got a few left and I haven't really been working on breeding them. They really don't have anything to cover when they do breed. I got to get to them. I got to get to their tank and really get them back going again. Green Grove Aquatics, what's the current tank count? Do you know the total water volume in your house? Right now I really have no idea, and it's about to change a lot here in the next like couple weeks or so, and really here in the next year it's about to change a lot because I've got a lot new projects I want to do. So I need to make a video because a lot of people thought I was going to an island and not everybody watches my Q&As, so they're still kind of wondering what's going on. But I pretty much took all that energy that I was going to use at the island before all this craziness started happening. Now I'm going to apply it to this place and make it just that much better. And I have pondered on some really cool projects and things to do. So if you haven't subscribed already, now would be a good time. Actually, any time would be a good time. And once again, sorry if I'm missing your guys' questions. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to go down to the bottom because at least the people in here will get their questions asked. Ooh, excuse me. Patrick Dalton says, hey Lucas, my tap water has pH of 6, GH of 8, KH of 4. Would neocaridina work in the water? Or crystal red? Scape is lava rock, sand, horns, wart, and nana petite. So, yeah, you're sitting at about 120. You're on the softer side, so caridinias would be all right. As far as the soft water, I have heard that they don't like KH, but I don't know how true that is. Like I put a little KH in with mine, and I haven't had any problems. Neocaridinias, you can still keep them in there. So what you want to keep in mind is since your pH is low at a 6, you have acidic water, but you still have some hardness that comes in through that water line with that acidic water. So since that water is acidic, it can break down that GH and KH easier and better than a high pH water could, because it's alkalytic. It's not going to be able to dissolve those minerals that come through. But your water will, which is great for plant absorption, great for shrimp and fish absorption of minerals. It's kind of like what they use down in the farms in Florida too. So it's really good type of water you got. You should be really able to keep about anything with that water. You may, if anything, with certain species, want to add some hardness to stuff. But yeah, hopefully that helps you. I have the opposite. I have really hard water, alkalytic water, so the minerals come in, but they don't really get dissolved by the water, so they just stick to the tank and all that stuff. But I got an RO system to help balance that out. I hope that helps you. And oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm about canceled the stream. Even though we are at the hour mark, aren't we? Aquatic Inc., thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says thoughts on saving baby shrimp when removing Java moss from the tanks to minimize loss. Any tips outside pulling strand by strand takes over fast? So this is what I'll do, or what I will do when I got shrimp and I want to get the babies out. So say you got a colony of shrimp everywhere, all over the place in this moss. You want to take out this whole chunk or a chunk, get the chunk that you want, pull it up and out, and then kind of shake it, dunk it, shake it, dunk it, shake it in the water. Just make sure that you're like kind of dunking it and shaking it, but don't like do it vigorously, do it kind of with some finesse. And it'll get all those babies off from hanging once you give it a few dunks. You'll see them all kind of scatter and fly off. Some shrimp are stubborn, so it may take you like 10 dunks and washes, but super easy way to do it. Gets it done real fast. But thank you so much for the support and the super chat. Napa FB61, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate all you members. You guys are awesome. So thank you. Thank you guys. Really, I could not do it without you. Tater salad, throwing down the crumbs again, 50 of them, says, without sounding like a fanboy, love the content. Well, no worries, brother. I appreciate the crones, and thank you again, Tater Salad, for your awesome support. Patrick Dalton, thank you for the $5 super chat and the support. Says, thanks for the super detailed answers, as always. Can't wait to see the upcoming projects. Well, I can't either, and I appreciate your support and helping me out with even making this stuff possible. So thank you. I'm glad to be able to help you guys as much as you guys help me. I mean, it's the least I could do. So I think I am caught up on all those super chats and members, and I think we are ready to hop off here, because we are well over the hour mark and I got to feed these fish. It's been a while. But I will stay on and feed the barbs with you guys, because I do know you guys love some barb feeding. Oh, this is neat too. Electromagnetic radiation detector. Watch this. The tanks are radioactive. See that? Not the granules aren't, but the tanks are. Did you guys know tanks are radioactive? Pretty wild, huh? Boom! All right, let's feed some fish here. Let's see. Yeah, fishy, fishy. Can't wait for the spiritual video, says here, fishy, fishy. That's funny. As soon as I said here, fishy, fishy, too, I didn't even see that chat. That was pretty untimely. But, yeah, I need to make those videos. I gotta sit down. Whoa, hello. I gotta sit down and do some videos sooner than later. My editing video or computer did bust its battery, but I got a new program for the Windows. Boom. But yes, thank you to the mods. Thank you, Candy. All your awesome linkage. All you awesome members. All you awesome subscribers and button likers. You guys are the best. And you super chatters, how could I forget? The Chubby Guppy, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, thank you, sir. Always an inspiration. Well, you're welcome, Chubby Guppy. Hope all's going great with you, brother. And JP, thank you so much for the $1 super chat. I appreciate you as well. You guys are very helpful. Boom. They're always so hungry. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and hitting those like buttons. Before you do, run off. And that like spike was really cool earlier. Listen to me. I just sound like a YouTuber. But anyways, I love you guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Do 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 do.